Hey, I'm Meghann Scully and this is the Limerick Post Show. Coming up in today's show, the big interview is with Limerick Animal Welfare. First up though, the top stories in Limerick, and the Metis morning run took place this morning and there was a record-breaking 90 people there raising funds for Limerick Suicide Watch. Next up, there has been 300 jobs announced for the expansion of the University of Limerick City Centre campus, and I went along today to chat to some of those who are involved. I'm joined by UL President Des Fitzgerald. What an amazing location this is going to be.
Yes, absolutely fabulous. It's one of the best locations in Limerick City, and we have great plans for it.
Now, University of Limerick is growing at an absolutely rapid pace, so something like this in the city centre, it's so valuable and so needed.
Well, we need to accommodate more students, but actually it's more than that. We could do it on our campus, but I would see Limerick as being an absolutely fabulous place for students to be. And what we want to do, two things. We want to embrace the city and be part of it. But we also want to be part of the rejuvenation of the city. And I think this site is absolutely key in that rejuvenation.
How difficult was it to secure the old Dunn stores here in Limerick City?
Many people have tried to secure the location. I don't know if we can describe it as being difficult. I think you could describe it as requiring a degree of patience. But I found the Dunn stores people good to deal with, and at the end of the day, it suited our interests and their interests, and that's why we were able to sign an agreement. So, I'd like to say it was difficult because people have said it was difficult, but I actually don't think so. I think it, as I say, is iterative and you have to be patient and so on, and it worked out.
Now, there's talks that this is going to become the highest building in Limerick City.
There's talk that other buildings were going to be the highest building, and they've got smaller. No, I think I would like to see something really of stature here. We've done the specifications for the architectural competition, and I would encourage them to be very ambitious in what they design for here, because we are.
Now, I know this is the big project at the moment, but what is next for the University of Limerick?
Well, the campus development plan, we've just completed it. Lots of new ideas, new buildings, new facilities for education and research, new facilities for our students. A key part of it is to maintain how it looks, make sure it's a sustainable campus, make sure it's a green campus. But we will be seeing, I think, substantial developments that will be concentrated at the very heart of the campus. So in doing that, we won't lose what the campus is like at the moment.
I have to say, I went to UL myself, so I'm a very fond alumni of it. Des Fitzgerald, thank you so much for chatting to the Limerick Post Show.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I have to say, there's so much going on at the moment, it's brilliant.
Yes, and of course the icing on the cake is here today, standing in this very, I suppose, nostalgic building. I have good memories of it as a young person. This was the place to come to. This is what I call pre-out-of-town shopping, pre-Crescents and pre-Castle Try shopping centres and all of that, and Northsides. And Harry's here brings back memories to me as well. But when you think about it, isn't it a wonderful win-win for everybody? It's a win for the original owners because they're not selling to a competitor. It's a great win for UL, and I know the ingenuity of the people in UL will recreate this place. It's not a protected structure, so they can do quite a lot of work here without too much interference. And of course, for the city, it's wonderful. But now that we've got this wonderful jewel handed back to us and is going to be recreated, and young people are going to come in here, we must also make sure that there are facilities now in the city at night, which young people need to have. For instance, when I grew up with a bowling alley here in the city centre and a cinema in the city centre. So to me, those two things will go hand in hand with recreating increased city life, especially for young people.
I have to say that I suppose this has been an eyesore now for quite a number of years, and everyone's been wanting it to transform, and I think UL are going to do that. There's talks this being transformed into one of the highest buildings in the city, going to be a bit of a skyscraper, but as I said, it's going to bring so many young people into the city, and it's going to add that vibrancy that maybe we're kind of been lacking.
Absolutely, and we can be sure we want to see what you will have created already on their out-of-town campus. I'm really looking forward to what they'll create, and as a member of the governing authority of UL, we have a meeting later today, so that'll be will be, I suppose, basking in the sunshine of what's going to be launched today. But we are all absolutely on tenterhooks waiting to hear what the President, Des Fitzgerald, is going to say to us. But isn't it wonderful that we're going to see such activity in downtown Limerick over the next couple of months. And with the good news during the week of the Parkway Valley going to be demolished as well. So open up, and shortly we're going to have, as far as I know, probably by the end of the month, we're going to have our planning permission, hopefully from Board Penola, for the Opera Centre.
Yes.
So it's good news all around for Limerick City.
A very exciting time. Mayor Sheehan, thanks so much for chatting to the Limerick Post Show. Now to our out and about section, and I caught up with Lankum in Dolan's, who just dropped their brand new album. What do you think of the Dolan's crowd?
It's a good buzz. It's a good buzz coming down to Limerick the whole time. There's a lot of amazing musicians around here that I'm kind of a fan of. So I don't know. Good to come down.
I have to say the music scene in Limerick is very varied, and I think it's kind of like a lot of people maybe outside of Limerick don't know how big it is down here, but as you said, when you get down here, you've got rap, you've got contemporary, you've got pop, you've got indie. It's everything under one roof.
Yeah.
So it must be great then to come somewhere like Dolan's where they cater for everyone.
Yeah, a bit nerve-wracking as well, because there's so many amazing musicians around that you kind of like, you want to be on your top game, you know.
Tell me, what's their set going to be like, or have you decided yet?
I'd say probably a lot of stuff off the new album, because the new album's out on the 25th, so we're kind of gearing up for that, and we've been rehearsing an awful lot of stuff off the new album, so I'd say it'd be good, like probably about 60-70% brand new stuff, and then some of the old stuff.
Kind of got to throw the old tunes in there. I was chatting to old tunes earlier, and they were saying that like performing and being on that stage is just their all-time favourite thing. Like, is it the same for you guys, or do you like how do you find getting in the studio as well?
I'm kind of really into both, in different ways. Like if you get sick of one, it's really nice to go and do the other. So it's just two totally different things, but I'm really into doing both of them.
And when it comes to like the songwriting process, like I've talked to a lot of artists lately, and I suppose with the phones and technology and voice notes and everything, and you know nowadays you don't even have to be in the same room as each other and you can perform a song. Yeah. What is it like for you guys?
I know we have to be in the same room. We just be in the same room, spend a good month or two arguing over every minute detail of the song. Yeah.
It's good though, I suppose that means then like it's true. Like sometimes songs come out and it'll be like a DJ and a singer, and then it'll turn out that they've never actually been in the studio together. But I think that's different. You can kind of tell the difference though of, as you said, sit in the studio for a month, killing each other and going up with something, over maybe someone who's been just something that's been just put together in a studio and like by a producer.
Yeah, especially the stuff that we have. There's no like a lot of the stuff we'd have. There wouldn't be a beat behind it, and we wouldn't be or play clip tracks or something like that. So it's very like you have to be looking at each other. You have to be kind of watching each other and bouncing off each other, and kind of like we couldn't really do that. I don't think if we weren't kind of locked in like that in the same space as each other.
And tell me now, after the gig is the 18th in Limerick, what is the plan then after that?
It's Limerick, then Galway the next night, and then the next week we're doing Belfast, the Empire, and then the night after that is Vicar Street, which is the launch of the album, which is sold out. And I think they've stuck on a second date for January, and then November we're off all around the UK and Europe.
And any break in between?
No.
Christmas Day?
Yeah, Christmas Day. Yeah.
That'll be right. Tell me now, social media handles, you always have to give them a plug.
Lankum Dublin. That's it. It's like lankumdublin.com, Lankum Dublin Twitter, Lankum Dublin Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, Lankum Dublin too. That's it.
Dara from Lankum, thank you so much for trying to Limerick Post Show, and we cannot wait to see you on stage.
Very well. Thanks for having me.
Kate, the second year of the festival.
Yeah.
How much has it grown since last year?
Well, it's definitely grown in interest. There's a lot more people that know about it now. Size-wise, we probably do have a few more people involved. We've got a few extra floats and costumes as well. So, yeah, it's got to be quite big. We did have quite a following last year too, but we weren't expecting so many people to come and look at it. It's going well. We met them at a street arts convention. So we thought they'd really suit. It just looks really weird, the crow is stroking the dogs. And we just thought they'd really suit what we're doing here. So we'd asked them to come and perform. So we did 2 shows today. They're really good. So just also it keeps the crowd entertained. Because we noticed last year, they're all waiting for us to come out and everyone's coming in. So it's a good distraction too.
I think one thing people spoke about last year as well was the whole idea of the Bishop's Lady and it being a local thing.
Yeah, because it's a great story, so we just wanted to use that and use local things instead of just having kind of spooky, Marvel things and all that kind of stuff, make it particular to Limerick. And the poetry and culture and literature as well surrounding it kind of ties into the tradition of Samhain and folklore and stuff that we're trying to do.
We're here in Limerick Animal Welfare in Kilfinnan, and I'm joined by Chris, one of the directors. Thank you so much for having us out here today.
So, pity you didn't get a nicer day.
Oh, you know what? I think kittens and puppies and ponies is absolutely enough. I have to say, like, what amazing animals you've got here.
Well, we've got a huge number. I mean, there's about 200 animals here altogether, which most people don't realise we have so many. No, it would be mostly dogs and cats, but we have a lot of horses. I think we've 23.
Yeah, we met some of your special guests here, like William, who collapsed on William Street, who's looking amazing. Some incredible dogs here as well, and obviously the lovely cats. How many dogs and cats are coming in here on a weekly basis?
Yes, probably one a day or more. You know, some weeks are much worse than others.
And how do you find rehoming them? Is it a hard process?
Again, that varies. I suppose the cute little fluffy puppies and dogs tend to go first, and the larger dogs take longer. But certain breeds are popular, like German Shepherds, even though they're big and strong. They're pretty. People seem to like those. So they do go. And I don't know whether you know, but a lot of our bigger dogs, like the greyhounds, go to Italy. So there'll be a trip going soon, I think at the end of November. There'll be another batch of about 18 to 20 greyhounds going off to Italy, to homes that have sort of been ready, organised for them. Proper homes. They're not going to be in cages or pens in a garden. They'll live in the house.
They'll be going to these mansions in Italy with all the amazing food.
Say mansions. Some of them a lot of Italians live in apartments.
Oh, wow.
So they're actually going to be apartment dogs, which sounds strange. But they're so lazy, greyhounds, that it suits them.
It's an amazing thing that Limerick Animal Welfare now has built up such a reputation, and not just in Limerick and in Ireland, but worldwide.
Yes, and of course now we've got connections in Sweden.
Wow.
So some dogs go there as well, because they have such strict rules in Sweden. Marie's probably told you this already, but such strict rules about having dogs that there aren't really any stray dogs. So they're pleased to take ours because they're neutered, vaccinated, wormed, fleed, microchipped. So, they're not going to go there and cause a problem because, they're not going to produce any other. And
they're so well protected here. Now, speaking about all those things you have to do, it costs a lot of money to keep this place going. Yeah. How much per year is it to keep Limerick Animal Welfare?
I reckon it's about 60,000 a month on average. Now, this particular month, we've raised 49 so far. Well, it's at the end of October, isn't it? 49. But we've spent 75,000. Which is an enormous amount, and people can't work out how we spend that much. But a lot of it does go on vet bills. We reckon our vet bills this year will probably be 180,000, which is an enormous amount.
It's a staggering amount, but I suppose, the work has to be done to the animals. Some of them come in who are so badly treated and such ill health. How can people donate?
Well, they can donate when they visit the sanctuary. They can donate in our shops. They could do standing orders through their bank, and on our Facebook page there's lots of opportunities there where they could donate, particularly if we have a dog that comes in that perhaps is in really bad nick. We will ask for donations for that particular dog to help for its treatment.
Yeah, it's an absolutely massive operation you run here, but as I've seen some very happy dogs and cats here that are ready to go to some great homes. Now, one thing I really want to touch on is Halloween night. I think it's an awful problem around, especially cities. There'll be fireworks, there'll be bangers. And what is the best thing people can do for their dogs and cats?
Really, they need to keep them indoors, dogs and cats. They really must get them inside. And obviously, if they've microchipped them, as they should have done by law, that, if they do get escape, that would help to get them back. But the best place would be to bring them into an inside room, not, say, the hall where the front door is. Because when the trick and treaters come knocking on the door, if the dog is a bit spooked, that's when it could shoot out. And they can go miles. They're so scared they could run miles. So really the best thing to do is to bring your dog and cat into an inside room, draw the curtains, put their own bed there in a corner where it's quiet and perhaps a little bit dark, put the radio on or the television, perhaps louder than you might normally do, so that they can't hear the bangers and so on.
I never even thought there about the Halloween costumes as well and how frightening they can be.
Oh yes, some dogs won't tolerate putting costumes on, so I would say don't bother, don't do it. And certainly don't give them any human treats. I mean, there are a lot, I know it isn't just Halloween, it would happen at Christmas as well, but there are lots of treats, aren't there, going around. And a lot of those are very harmful for dogs. Anything with chocolate is very dangerous, especially plain chocolate. And a lot of things like little candies have got a sweetener called xylitol in, which is poisonous to dogs and can actually cause seizures. So, you do need to be really careful about giving dogs
so much human treats Yeah, God, there's absolutely so much to think about. One thing I want to touch on as well is the barn that you're building outside.
Right,
I know there's a cost in that, and you need to raise more money for it.
Yes, we're building a big hay barn because we've nowhere to store hay, and a big, what you'd call a dumpster, because obviously we have a huge lot of muck from the horses, and by law you have to sort of keep it in a proper place. So this is going to cost us in the region of 50 to 55,000. So we're obviously looking for funds, and anybody who can donate anything towards that would get that built a bit sooner. Hoping to be done by Christmas. And we'll be able to store our horse box and any machinery and things in there, instead of just leaving it out in the rain.
Absolutely wonderful. So I suppose people can donate through Facebook page as well.
Yes,
and
yes.
finally, for those looking to get themselves a new dog or cat, where can they go to find it? Is it all through Facebook?
Yes, often there are pictures in Facebook, or obviously they can come here. If they've got a dog already, it's quite a good idea to bring that dog with you to sort of meet one that you might think you're interested in. We're very careful where the dogs go. We do ask you, we've got a big questionnaire. We want to know how you're going to keep it, will it be allowed in the house, and we're not keen on dogs being left out all the time.
Yeah.
So we would hope that it would at least sleep in the house at night. We would ask about the family, are there any small children? Because again, we might know that some dogs perhaps wouldn't be very good with tiny kids. So we ask lots of questions. And then the big thing is the fenced-in garden. So we come and look we call it a home check, but we're not really looking for a house, we're looking at your garden, we look at what your house looks like. That there's no hole in the fence, the wall or the hedge is high enough, the gate's okay. So we come and check that. And if it's okay, then you can go ahead and have the dog. If it's not okay, we would tell you what we'd have to do to improve it, and most people do that.
Brilliant. Chris?
And we do charge a fee as
Oh
well.
yeah, go ahead.
Yes, 150 for a dog and 100 for the cat. But they are neutered, vaccinated, wormed, fleed, and the dogs are microchipped. And they may have had another medical veterinary treatment as well, and fed for perhaps weeks, months before they get to home. So we're not making a profit from that.
It's a small price to pay, I think, for your best friend.
Yes, I think so. I agree.
Chris, thank you so much for coming to the Limerick Post show.
Not at all.
For these stories and so much more, head over to limerickpost.ie/show. I'm Meghann Scully, and this is the Limerick Post show, keeping Limerick posted.